Thank you so much for checking out, being here, being with me on this third episode of the Luminous Goddess. So this is being a simulcast broadcast to Facebook on my profile and also to YouTube as well, my YouTube channel. So you could catch it on both places. And then I also download the audio and put that on Spotify. So it's also a podcast on Spotify and Anchor FM. So welcome. We are through that lunar eclipse tunnel. We have Mercury retrograde, Saturn retrograde, and I believe shortly Jupiter is also going to go retrograde. And then I think it's Neptune that retrogrades at the end of this month. June is very action-packed with a lot of, trying to move here, a lot of crazy energies. So we just have to remember to stay in our true essence. And how do we do that? How do we stay in the flow? And that's part of what I talk about in these episodes. So let's see who's here. Hi, Gail. So lovely to see you. Beautiful goddess Gail. So just a little bit about how this works. So I am a channel of the sacred feminine. And what I do is I spend a few moments at the beginning of this broadcast to slow down. I tune in and listen for the goddess that wants to come forward, for whoever is watching this and whoever needs this particular message. And what's so beautiful about the goddess codes is that it's very easily taken in. What's the best way to say this? It's like just walking out into the sunlight and letting the sun hit your face. I mean, that's how easy it is. It's like, it's not about having to study hard or do anything in particular. But what is required is just full presence. So while you're watching this, if you want to be absorbing the full power and the codes of the goddess that comes through, it's all about breathing. It just comes right back to that for everything, right? I mean, I'm sure a lot of you are nodding your heads like, how many times do we just have to just sit and remember to just take a nice deep breath and exhale? Just, it's so simple, but it is the foundation of how we approach the world, how we perceive things. So it's easy with all the stress and tension and fear that we're swimming in to hold our breaths or to breathe really shallowly. So you don't want to do that. You want to take nice deep breaths, okay? Especially during the channeling, okay? So without further ado, for those of you who are listening to this on the podcast and have audio only, it's going to be silent for a little bit. So don't worry, you didn't get cut off. I just need to go within for a moment. I usually have a couple of crystals, one in each hand, and I have my incense going. I keep my feet on the ground, my spine straight. So, you know, this is also something that you can do in this moment as well, just having this posture of receptivity, relaxation, and presence. Really, that's all it takes. And your job is to just close your eyes and absorb the message. And the message and the code are one, okay? So we'll talk more about that as time goes on with these episodes of what the codes are exactly and how they work. But for now, you don't need to know how they work. Just know that they do work, and you'll feel it. You'll feel it. Okay, so the goddess here with us today is Radha. Radha is a Hindu goddess, beautiful, sacred, feminine, divine, from India originally, but of course, the archetypes of the goddess transcend boundaries, transcend cultural boundaries. So I'm really feeling her in my upper neck and chest, like all this whole area here. So she's very much about heart healing right now and voice healing. So throat chakra and heart chakra. So you could put your hand on both areas. You could even do one hand over both, or you can just, I'm using both hands, one on my throat over the throat chakra and one over the heart chakra. So she's telling me that she's like, can you feel all the tension you're holding in this area? And I'm already getting kind of grovelly. You hear the clearing of my throat chakra. I don't know if you guys are having any similar sensations. Feel free to post your comments as you experience the channeling. So yeah, I feel like all of a sudden my throat is feeling more in jaw and heart center. I'm starting to feel like, wow, the tension radiating out. So she's saying, let that tension go. And her light is this beautiful kind of a light burgundy-ish magenta with some gold. Yeah, it's a very beautiful energy. So see if you can visualize the color and just call it in through your hands into your throat chakra and your heart chakra. And this is the essence of Radha. She's all about this divine love, sacred love, love of the divine and love of the divinity within you. And she's saying, you know, how do you dance with your love? How do you dance with the feelings? How are you expressing yourself? How are you expressing your love? And it's not, and she is, you know, very much associated with romantic love, but this is about something higher than just the romantic love. This is a self-love that radiates out from you to the world, out to other people. Wow, I'm releasing a lot. I don't know if you guys are as well. Feel free, like I said, to comment. Hi, Colleen. Gail, you have a friend named Radha. How beautiful. And Radha, part of her message today for us is really to listen to how we talk about ourselves. What are you saying about yourself? She's saying, say sweet things to yourself, sweet nothings, whisper sweet nothings to yourself. So it's like romancing yourself in the sense of, you know, I was thinking like sometimes how much I love watching like romantic comedies or certain movies where you get to see people in love and see them together. And, you know, whether they're, I mean, sometimes it's just because I like those movies. And sometimes it's because, you know, wow, I'm missing some aspect of romance in my life. So if that's how you're feeling, if your heart's heavy, if your heart is, excuse me, I'm having a burp thing going on. Sometimes when I release, I burp. So whisper sweet nothings to yourself of love. Her other message is, you know, there are messages all around us about what makes us acceptable and what makes us not acceptable. And when we're working with Goddess, we are fully whole, integrating, accepting all aspects of self, dark and light, whatever judgments, criticisms that we have internalized from the outside world. Because we all know when we're born these luminous, gentle, loving, happy, really self-loving beings until, you know, we're socialized, traumatized out of it. Okay. Wow, that feels really good. I'm feeling much more. I don't know how you guys are feeling. I'm going to kind of shift my body and open my chest up. So you might want to lift your arms and your head and just kind of, yeah. And now start rubbing your scalp. Okay, let's see. She might have some other things to tell us, but I'm going to look at the comments here and see if there are any questions. Colleen, you see a deep red wine looking color. Yeah, so it's like a burgundy-ish red was what I was seeing too. Beautiful. When Harry Met Sally is a great one to watch to feel good. Yeah, especially when she has her self-orgasm, when she's faking, showing him how easily women can fake orgasms. Such a great story. Um, so, okay, so Radha's other, her other message to us is all about shattering the glass ceiling of your joy, your abundance, your money, your love. She is really wanting us to be aware of how much we limit ourselves. And it's very much an unconscious, whatever, trained, ingrained. Wow, I'm releasing a lot. So I don't know if you guys are also feeling it too. So shatter your glass ceiling of love, how much you can love, how much you can receive love, how much you can give love, how much you can receive money, how much you can give money, how much you can receive compliments, how you can give. There's this very low ceiling, she's saying, and we can, the part of her code is grace, release, heartache, release grief, release the limitations. So shatter that glass ceiling. That's what her code is about. I've actually never worked with Radha, so this feels really good. But I'm definitely feeling like really a lot looser in here, but now like towards the back, I'm feeling like kind of constricted. So I don't know. Let me know what your body sensations are right now, what you're feeling. You might want to, I'm having like a upper back and like the very like base of my neck in the back is feeling really tight right now. So I'm asking Radha to come in and bless that part of my body with her beautiful deep red burgundy magenta energy light. And she's saying, stop trying to carry people. It's not your job. Okay, got it. So yeah, everything's starting to melt now. So how, I've been doing this goddess code work. I've been calling the one-on-one coaching and channeling Goddess Illuminated. And the codes are given by the goddess through color, sound, words, or I guess words/ideas, not words as sounds, but sound is part of it, and music is definitely part of it. And also moving the body and allowing that energy to move in certain ways through the body. So that's how it works. And I have now a group program called the Luminous Goddess Codes, which is different from the Goddess Illuminated, because the Goddess Illuminated is very specific codes for a specific person. So someone has me do their coding for them for whatever goddess arises for them. Whereas the Luminous Goddess codes, there are 12 specific codes that I've laid out so far, but there are so many different goddesses. There's thousands of codes, right? So you're getting a little bit of an encoding when you're watching these, listening to these. So this is episode 3. Episode 2 and 1 are also on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, and also on my Spotify Luminous Goddess podcast. So this Radha energy feels amazing, really, really amazing. And I can just tell just everything feels relaxed. Like I don't feel so much pain in my jaw. I love it, calling it unburden the load. Yeah, I love this idea of shattering the glass ceiling, one of the things I've been talking about in my free Facebook group called Biz Goddess Unleashed is the there's so many different money mindsets, but there's 4 in particular that kind of we would consider the dangerous, money mindsets. And one of those is, in order to have financial prosperity, I always have to work hard. I'm trying to remember the other ones. I wrote them down. But it's funny. I'm just gonna, since that was the one that just really popped into my mind, there is a sense of what I think Rod is also, encoding in us around the shatter the ceiling of love and money and what your ability is to receive. And the whole piece about, this, I have to work hard to make money. I have to work hard to be abundant. That there is a belief, and what Radha is saying is that belief is stemming from, not valuing the self, not seeing your worth, and feeling unworthy at times. Okay, so she's sending me a vision right now of Like imagine that there's this piece of yourself, like wandering and wandering, like a child looking for its mother, like the lover looking for the beloved. It's the same thing, is what she's trying to teach, is that when we don't value ourselves, it is like being this lost child who has lost their way home, who's lost connection with home, lost connection with mother, with the source of my love, the source of my nourishment. And we know that the source of that is always inside us because we're connected through the divine channel of love. There really is no other, right? So this code is bathing us, showering us in this radiant light of pure, ecstatic self-love. You don't have to keep wandering. You don't have to keep trying to prove yourself, because trying to prove yourself is wandering. It's being lost. So Radha's code is all about refinding that soul piece that's like the lost child. And that's what she's working with to bring to us today. Okay. Hi, Chris. Lovely to see you. Okay. So close your eyes and call back that piece of yourself now. The wandering one who feels lost, who feels alone, who feels unworthy, who's forgotten how incredibly fucking amazing they are. That piece of you that needs this extra love and nurturing. So you're just welcoming it back. Calling in. Calling it in. Bringing it back. Imagine that lost self, that lost piece just coming straight into your heart. Yeah, there it is. Did you feel something? I felt something click. And I'm feeling really stoned right now. Woo. Okay, so that was a beautiful channeling. I'm sending thanks to Radha for being with us today. Thank you to my beautiful women, Gail, Colleen, Chris. I think those are the names I see here. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm sure you're feeling this healing. You could listen back to this as many times as you need to again, fully absorb and embody this code that Radha gave us today. So the code of refinding that lost piece of ourselves or yourself that has been wandering in circles, lost, trying to figure shit out. And right now you're welcoming that piece home to your heart, where this is the forever home right here, the soul. And you might, if you do this more than once, you might want to just, again, call out to other pieces and again, inviting them back and see who returns. What is the quality of this energy that returns to you? Hi, Peter, Sweden. Awesome. My mom was half Swedish. Thank you, beautiful Colleen. Yeah, so I would just love to hear anybody. Well, I know some of you came in later, so you probably have to go back and watch the beginning of the recording, but there's a whole process to channeling the goddess and sharing the code that she wants to use to help you heal. Hi, Audrey. Lovely to see you. So, I have a 90-day immersion called the Luminous Goddess Codes, and it lays out 12. And, Radha is not one of them. So what I like about doing this work, the spontaneous calling in of the goddess. And I also, like I said, I do this with my one-on-one, with my personalized channeling practice with other women, because the whoever shows up for you in this moment is exactly the healing energy you need. And it bypasses the intellect and the rationality and all of that. It has nothing to do with that. It's all about absorbing the vibration of the goddess, which, like I said earlier, is through color, sound, words / ideas, and the physical body, right? There's so many subtle layers. I just feel her energy just kind of almost like sweeping away stuff. So if you got here late, I really highly recommend watching from the beginning. And beautiful magical souls, I invite you to schedule a chat with me. I will post it. Let's see here. How can I post it? Sometimes because I am broadcasting. Well, it's pretty easy to remember. It's biz goddesschat.com. And I think I can just put up a little, let's see here. Yeah, okay, here we go. I'm just gonna post it. I think it'll show up here. So www.bizgoddesschat.com. And it just takes you to my website. And then when you, I don't know if the actual link works on the screen. It probably doesn't. You probably have to type it in. But what I do is I do a 30-minute chat with you. I started off by doing a 10-minute channeling, like you just saw me do. And then we talk about the kind of healing and the work that you would like help with. And if there's a way that we can connect and match it up, we can work together. So definitely, this is a free gift to you from me and from the goddesses. They love giving. This is a part of the art of being a goddess, right? It's generous, it's overflowing, right? And the other side of it is, like Radha was saying, we have to shatter the glass ceiling of what we can receive. And that includes energy, money, love, abundance, all of it. So that is what she wants us to know today. And I am sending you so many blessings and love, and I will be seeing you again probably very soon. And again, so it should be right down here. There it is, bizgoddesschat.com if you want to schedule a chat with me. And I would love to assist you on your beautiful path to embodying the luminous goddess that you are. Much love. Talk soon. Bye.